You know, with the positive reception that Golden Wind received, it would be great to go over the many great things that it had done, but I'm not gonna be doing that in this video. I've been on a part 5 kick, so it's about time that I change it up here. It's the breakdown.
Breakdown, breakdown. Listen, breakdown, breakdown. Listen, breakdown, breakdown. Breakdown, breakdown.
Setting. Setting contributes a large amount of support for any fictional work. We have our part taking place in the small town of Morio. Diamond is Unbreakable is the first time you see a JoJo part take place in a consistent setting like a town. Consistency is helpful in this regard because you're able to go to the many places of this small crazy area. Plus, with having a Scooby-Doo ass plot, having it all in one town lets us explore this mad world of stand users and the intricacies it has without having us go on a worldwide journey. Time. Diamond is Unbreakable takes place in the year of 1999, serialized from 1992 to 1995, and then adapted into an anime in 2016. Manga-wise, it was a great place. There was a 90s effect going on with many of JoJo's contemporaries taking different approaches with similarities across all of them, which was great because of the anime that we got in that. Then you have Araki having that JoJo take that he has on everything, mixing in the anime era and the movie era of that time. Then, when the adaptation came out in 2016, it was a long enough time to actually give it that 90s feeling of reminiscing that it has. And people that enjoyed that era of time for anime can get that feeling again with part 4. That gives the explanation to people that are like, hey, I like Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, and part 4 a lot. I wonder why. You like the 90s, dog? It's time to pop in some Belle Biv DeVoe, enjoy that beautiful 90s animation, and do the Running Man. Openings. Diamond is Unbreakable has no bad openings. Well, JoJo in general doesn't, but yeah. If you think Chase is terrible, I have no clue what to tell you. It's a great song. It gets weird flack for not feeling like JoJo, and I'm like, well look, if it didn't feel like JoJo, it wouldn't be here, like, you get it? Plus, consider the type of rock that was out at the time of part 4 serialization, then look back to Chase. It's good. Plus, I think the best thing about the openings of part 4 is how coordinated they are with the arcs. That's just, just chef's kiss. Color. The tone of Diamond is Unbreakable is one of its time and similar to its contemporaries, but you know Araki has to jump in and do it to him with how he colors stuff. It's just beautiful. As for the anime, when compared to the previous parts, colors are usually more gritty because of their location and sometimes washed out because of the same reason. Diamond is Unbreakable has a much smoother and generous take on color, and I love it. Family ties. Being able to have your main character hang out with their family gives us this more grounded view, if that's the word for it. Something about having Josuke interact with Tomoko and just living life is a pleasant diversion from the crazy world of stand users. It also gives us a potential danger because their family is now involved too. And then there's Okuyasu with Keicho and Father Nijimura, and that was both sad to watch what they went through, but great to see what the relationship ended up as. Well, except for Keicho, he didn't really get the chance. A great cast. Part 4 has introduced some of the best characters in the franchise. Rohan Kishibe alone is so amazing that Araki gave him his own line of one-shot manga. You also have a bunch of minor characters that we see even after their battle. Yuya Fugami, an icon. Tomoe Kobayashi, terrible person, but I love how Araki uses him. Sometimes people just need to get beat just because. Tonio, I'm happy I saw more of him even after part 4 because he's excellent. You also have our main characters, who are some of the most enjoyable side characters that we have in JoJo. Koichi is a blessing, and Okuyasu is a national treasure that needs guarding to keep Nicolas Cage out. Music. Diamond is Unbreakable has a great soundtrack, and for how they use it, phenomenal, just amazing. For example, use any scene with Yoshikage where his theme is playing. There's that feeling, knowing that Yoshikage is this oddity, and suspense is lurking on every corner. The use of orchestral instruments is just amazing. Their bass, their electric guitar usage, it's beautiful. It's just like they have this idea of the music already. The music matching the time it's in, but then adding on to that, they have this sort of elegance used for the characters because of how arty they are, like Josuke Higashikata and Yoshikage Kira. Then, when needed, they have that strength in the soundtrack that just matches how explosive these characters can get. That is not a pun. Unless you want it to be, then that was completely intentional. The day in the life tracks are also beautiful. Diamond is Unbreakable has some of the best casual music in the franchise for me, even with us only having 5 parts animated at the moment. We'll see where it ranks when we finished. And finally, Morio and the Life of Josuke. I wanted to go about separating this into the slice of life attributes, DIU's journey of the day in the life, and the many moments of it, but that's just the life of Josuke and his friends. And it's amazing. As a content creator that makes a lot of content on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I've seen a lot of comments everywhere. One of the things that's commented a lot is that people do wish to have seen Josuke and his friends just live. Do you know that final scene where Josuke, Okuyasu, and Koichi are just hanging out, the one where Josuke does that hard ass pose like oof, like that? That scene did so much for everyone because of how fulfilling it is, but it's like, wow, I wish this could go on forever. And I could just see the situations they could come across. I think that I'm not the only one that believes that the cast of Part 4 could have had their own Detective Conan type of thing going on. They're just so enjoyable. And Morio is just this crazy, noisy, bizarre town where so much goes on. It's beautiful. And I know that Part 4 has multiple spin-offs, even one where they do actually continue the journey the way that I'm saying it, as we would want, but it doesn't have that focus now and that isn't continuing. The interest is there, the audience is there, it's just about going about it. At this point, I'd like to work on my writing in general so I could get the green light by Araki so I could go help do that. And, you know, that'd be amazing to actually make Part 4 continue on, or have like an already established manga do the same, that'd be cool too. But yeah, Part 4 just has this infinite amount of appeal. People want to see it continue on. It's such a good part. In conclusion, what's the appeal of Diamond is Unbreakable? A lot. Like, we just spent on like how much time going over the many great things that it has. Like, what else do you want? We did all that. Everything went over. What do you want? A fighting game? A JoJo fighting game? You want that? Me too. Me too. We should do something about that. It's a very good idea. I should do something about that. Might make a video on that. Yeah, you might like that. That'd be cool. All right. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'm not sure when this video is coming out, but I do know that I'll probably be streaming Animal Crossing every day when it does come out. Unless something goes down that's unfortunate or I'm out of town somehow. Kind of doubt that with what's going on. But yeah, if you ever wanted to hit me up about JoJo stuff or stuff in general, wanted to get my thoughts on anything, you can catch me on twitch.tv/CalebIA. I have a third channel where I might be uploading highlights and all that type of stuff where I'm actually answering questions and all that types of stuff because I really do like the stuff that people ask me. It's very insightful and very interesting. So yeah, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and remember always to try. Trying matters a lot in this world, okay? And if you didn't do it, you can go on and do it the next day. Just remember, just don't give up, all right? Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace out, and Godspeed.